Now, these here are corrective stuff that I did because I didn't like the resonances that got created here, or a few problems that I heard here. You would probably get away with not doing these, but I just like to fight the problems before I actually do any type of dynamic compression. So I want the source file of the first station to really just be cleaning up. So this is a subtractive EQ. I'm not adding anything. I'm just taking stuff out. And if you listen to these, it's just really bad resonances. And these can happen, they can happen in any situation. Obviously here they are not as bad because the situation of the recording seems to be good. The microphone seems to be fine. So we won't have that many problems, but sometimes you end up with lots and lots of problems that you need to fix in the first phase, or that I really want to fix in the first phase before moving on to any sort of dynamics or even creative effects for the vocal, because these problems will just stack up and they will get worse and worse when you compress them. So yeah, these first ones I just took out, and you can see that this is actually the doubling of the first frequency, because usually problems in one area also affect the overtone or the next overtone of it, which is the doubling of the frequency. So these two are kind of connected. And there are a few more here. So these are different takes, which is important, because if you use the same take, you will run into phasing issues when playing or delaying the same file. So what we've done here is we've taken one of these takes and panned them hard to the left, and taken another of these takes and panned them hard to the right. In terms of processing, it's doing exactly the same processing as this one up here. I think the compressor is the only thing that's a little bit different. I think this one actually sometimes gets compressed even more. Maybe it's just the attack here that's changed a little bit. But now we have three relatively strong compressed signals. Now, if I only play the sides with hard pan left and hard pan right, this is what it sounds like.
You feel like you know me, but you don't know who born and grow me, and you don't know the people who surround me.
So you can hear there's a lot of, in terms of side information. And that is also the number one thing that I would tell you for mixing down these vocals, or mixing down problematic vocals, as well as basically perfect vocals, is especially in drum and bass. If you just make room in the presence area of the vocal, it will most of the times cut through the mix. You don't even need to do that much dynamic work on it. You don't need to overcompress the vocals if you have the space within your track. Now, there are options to create the space, even if you have a fuller midsection, or if you have this presence area covered with an instrument. You can do multi-band sidechaining, or sidechaining to a certain band of a dynamic EQ that you then put on that group. But these are more tricks to, fix problems that you could probably fix earlier, just in the phase of arrangement and production and what element you put where. On City on Lock, for example, we took out a lot of the stuff once the vocal came back. We took out so many elements and mid sounds that would just clash with his vocal. And a lot of times you will find that after you've cleaned it up, it actually sounds way better with that empty instrumental, because the vocal is just in your face. It's just there. And I think that is the big takeaway. Like, stuff that you can create out of one vocal is just immense. Vocals are just so cool because they have so much frequency information. They have so much soul and feel and color to them that you can create so many cool things out of them. Let's listen to the gated stuff here.
Just to watch me fall. Take it. Break down my walls. Take it. Break down my walls.
So yeah, and now if we put the drums back in, this still sounds kind of fine here back here.
Watch me crumble, just to watch me fall. Take it. Break down my walls. Take it.
Any sort of volcano or filtering combined with a few other stuff, so it's basically creating this sound. And obviously that's been created out of the vocal, and it just fits that particular spot so well.